Be blessed by the divine. Come back to the universal field. Sun, moon, Dvadasangam, Turiyam. Spread the energy throughout the body. All the cells in the body are purified and blessed. Auto suggestion. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. By the grace of divine power, we all may enjoy good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. Blessings. Bless your life partner. Bless your children one by one. Bless your brothers and sisters. Bless your close relatives and important friends. Bless your officers, colleagues, subordinates, those who help you in your daily life. Bless the miscreant or enemy, if any, with kindness, so that they may also change and lead a good life. Bless the Vedatrian principles given by Vedatri Maharishi. Be blessed by the divine. Bless the World Community Service Center. Be blessed by the Divine. Bless the Temple of Consciousness at Aliyar. Be blessed by the Divine. Bless the meditation centers in Singapore, Thailand, and all the meditation centers throughout the world. Be blessed by the Divine. Let us bless all the participants who are assembled here and their family members. Be blessed by the Divine. Let us bless that the people throughout the world should not be affected by coronavirus, and those who are affected should recover quickly from this virus. Be blessed by the Divine. Be blessed by the Divine. Be blessed by the Divine. Twofold moral principles. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. I, in my lifetime, will not give pain to others, physically or mentally. To the extent possible, I will remove the pain of others. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. World blessing. Rain may pour on all parts of the world timely and sufficiently. Food grains may grow abundantly to the satisfaction of all living beings. Leaders of all nations may progress in spiritual knowledge and do good services to humanity. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May there be peace within us. May there be peace around us. May there be peace in the whole world. Peace, peace, peace. Gently rub your palms and fingers. Pass the energy over the face. Take your hands up. Take a deep breath. Then bring your hands down. Be blessed by the Divine. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to this wonderful silent session. This is an important day for all of you. Even though it is a one-day silence, we will definitely see a change in our personality. We all do introspection daily, at least for 5 minutes. Daily we do introspection. What all negative things we have done throughout the day. But when you observe silence and when you introspect, it will have more benefits. Why? We do introspection after a beautiful meditation. So automatically our frequency will come down. And after that, when we do introspection, we will accept our mistakes, we won't justify it, and we will try to change our negative habits. So this will have an important change in our life. It will have an impact. And our attitude is also important. That this silence should change my personality. It should change my negative habits. It should bring a change in my life. So this is very important. So, best wishes to all of you. May the Divine's grace and Guru's grace guide you in observing this silence throughout the day and it bring a change in your life. Be blessed by the Divine. Thank you so much.
May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, enough wealth, wisdom, and peace. Dear fellow Vedatrians, organizers of this Mounam program from Singapore and Thailand, fellow disciples of Vedatri Maharshi across the world, very good morning to all of you. We both, and along with Rajashekar, are very much honored and humbled to be a part of this great program. I'm very happy that the Singapore and the Thailand teams have joined together and have been doing wonderful programs. Just last week, there was a 3-day festival of Mounam by great masters that was in Tamil. And this time, I said we'll extend it to English. So slowly, World Community Service Center has to go to every part of the world, in every language, and in every possible way. And with today's science advancement, it is becoming easier, and we have to make full use of that. The topic today, for now, will be Karma Yoga.
ஐயா நோ சவுண்ட் வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
there is no internet, I think. Internet connection, some issues. Mr. Balachandran's site. They are fixing now. Let them try. பண்ணிட்டேங்க.
I'm sorry, we are having some internet problems. I think we missed it for quite a few minutes. Maybe the divinity wanted the silence program to start with silence. So let us respect that. Yes. So Singapore team with Thailand has been having wonderful programs on silence itself. Last week, they had 3 full days of programs, the Festival of Silence by different masters. I could see a part of them. It was a great arrangement. And now we are doing it in English. Silence is a language of divinity. Maharishi used to say that when we don't speak, God speaks. Divinity always is speaking in the language of silence. But when our voices are so chaotic, so much of mental waves disturbing that we are not able to hear. Otherwise, divinity is always within us. In fact, we are a part of that. But to hear that, we need to have some sort of quietude, which our mind is not allowing us. And in this fast pace of the world of the 21st century, we just don't seem to find time at all. We keep running, even though we don't know what direction we have to go, where we have to go, but all of us are busy. And in the process, we forget the divinity which is present everywhere. So it is during these periods of silence that we get a semblance. We are able to hear that feeble voice of the divinity, but that has such a tremendous power that it could totally transform our lives. I've seen Vedadri Maharishi conducting Mounam programs in Aliyah almost every year. There was a time when he used to conduct it for 45 days, later reduced to 30 days and 15 days. So one of the busiest persons in the world, having written so many books, has developed so many new systems, a new world religion, a new way of looking at life, a new social life, new contributions to various fields in science and economics and politics, and still found that there was time for silence. And maybe because of that silence, that he has been able to contribute so much. So let the silence become a part of ourselves, so that we become one with the divinity, at least for those few minutes or a few hours, and see the truth in ourselves. So these programs are a practice towards that. Let it become a part of our personality. Once again, may the divinity and the divine guru guide us not only in today's meditation session, let it become a part of us so that we start reflecting divinity, we start reflecting our guru wherever we go. Because it is that which is going to change our lives. It is that which is going to take us to the ultimate goal of life, bring peace, happiness, and prosperity in our lives. And that can extend to our family, to our relatives, to our friends, the place of work, and ultimately to the whole world, which has been Swamiji's dream. We'll start this program with one of the beautiful concepts of Maharishi, the Karma Yoga. Not just a concept, it's a new world order of holistic unity, or simply put, a new religion encompassing all religions, a new spiritual way of life, new way of life. And that is Karma Yoga. For the next 45 minutes or so, let us absorb ourselves, this Karma Yoga in us. And after that, for next 1 hour or so, let us introspect on that. So this program of first giving an exposure. We all know Karma Yoga, but any number of times as we go on listening to Swamiji's principles and practices, it makes a deeper impact in us. In his book on Manavala Kalai, Volume 1, the first volume, in the very preface, he writes that this book is not just to be meant to be read just once. We have to keep on reading because the words are very simple. Even the first reading, you can understand what it is, because the greatness of Maharishi is a simplicity. But if we have to go to the very depth of what Swamiji wants us to know, we have to go to very, very subtle frequencies. And only when we go to the nearer frequencies of what at which he wrote, then only we will be able to absorb the full meaning and significance of that. So similarly, on a day when you are going to be in silence, what is Karma Yoga? That's new world order of holistic unity. Started in 1986 by Maharishi. Once again, may the divinity and Guru guide us through this Karma Yoga. What is karma? Karma Yoga consists of two words, karma and yoga. Karma Yoga used to be, once again, the internet connection is gone, but maybe I could continue with the voice. I don't know whether I'll be able to see the screen right now, but it doesn't matter. So, Karma Yoga used to be a very difficult concept, and see how Swamiji brings it beautifully in very, very simple words, with very simple practices, but having a profound meaning in our lives. Karma Yoga consists of two words, karma and yoga. Karma, literally translated, means work, or work means thought, word, and deed. So karma is, we always keep doing karma, thought, word, or deed is constantly happening. But it is a yoga. Is it a yoga? What is yoga? What is yoga? Though yoga has become an international word, but it has become an internationally misunderstood word. By yoga, we generally think that if somebody does some difficult asana, stands up and upside down, or do some exotic postures, then is considered a yogi. But yoga means yuj. It comes from the root yuj. Yuj means to unite, to be in harmony. So yoga means a yogi is one who is in harmony with things around. So Karma Yoga is, by your thought, word, and deed, are you in harmony? Harmony with whom? Harmony first with self. So within ourselves, is your thought, word, and deed, are they harmonious? Is my physical body in harmony with my mind? Is my life, Pran Shakti, life force, is in tune with, is in harmony with my mind? And then Maharishi says that we are living in a triangle: self, society, and nature. So harmony within self, harmony between self and society. That is, am I in harmony with society? Harmony with self and nature. Am I in tune with nature? Is my life is in tune with nature? Today it has become very difficult. The slide shows that you have to do a lot of gymnastics to be in harmony. That is because today's world, the society is not in tune with nature. We are not in tune with nature. In Karma Yoga, we cannot change the society, but how can I be in harmony? What are the things which I have to do in order that I have peace, I have harmony in my thought, word, and deed? So what should I do for that? Later in the afternoon, we will see how society can be brought in tune with nature. So Swamiji has not left anything at all. He has given a complete package for the entire world, starting from self. But this program in the morning, we are going to focus on ourselves. How to become a Karma Yogi? What are the various facets to become a Karma Yogi? Or a member of that world order of holistic unity? A religion encompassing all religions, not against any religion at all. It consists of 10 principles. Principle number 1. As Swamiji used to say, Karma Yoga consists of 2 basic things. One is gratitude to anyone from whom we have received anything. That's the first thing. And second is understanding nature and living in tune with that. So first principle is respect the 5 great personalities in our life. They are the mother, the father, who gave us birth and did so much for us in our lives, are continuing to do that. And then Guru, who was given a totally new way of looking at life. It's almost, they say it's a second birth to be initiated by a great master. Then, generally we say Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. So we talk about only 4. But Maharishi includes the new point, and that is government. We have to have respect for the government because it is only the government which is providing everything to us and also provides security. For maintenance and security, it's important that we have a government. And only if all of us respect the governments can we have peace in society. So Swamiji includes that. And in fact, we are going to see in the afternoon whether we could have a world government which can be beneficial to each and every one. So having respect for the government is equally important. And then above all, there is a universal power, call it by whatever name, which is because of which we are operating always. So never forgetting that. So principle number 1, respect for mother, father, guru, government, and the universal power, the divinity. Next, the second principle, respect for the supreme power. It's almost a continuation of number 1, but the supreme power is the most important, the divinity. And the main problem with all of our lives is that we seem to take credit for things which are not our due at all. If I'm able to speak to you, it is because the divinity has given me the life energy, has given me this voice, has given me this mouth, everything, etc. Everything, but I have not created any of them. If we are able to listen to it, It is because the divinity has given all of that to you. We seem to forget that. And ego develops. So unless we have that respect for supreme power and we constantly think that, but for that I'm nothing, absolutely insignificant. So this that it is a supreme power which is operating everywhere within me, every moment, the ego will start coming. The Again, the internet is gone. We're just trying to find voice. At least we'll continue. So constantly remembering the divinity is the only way to be at least reducing the ego. So this is the second principle. Then we go further. The third principle, that how does this divinity operate? We have a number of ideas about, depending on what religion, what superstitions, what stories we have heard. So we think that divinity will come in a particular form and do this, that, and all. And so we are neither able to believe it nor disbelieve it. And we have been living in a sort of confusion. And this is where Maharishi beautifully comes out and says that divinity comes as a result of one's own action. The law of nature is there is a perfect cause and effect system. For every action, there is a result. And if you want a good result, then what is required is your action should be appropriate. But many times we do some actions, but we want some result which is action we have done. So we think of it only after the action is done. But that constant awareness that whatever we do, there is a corresponding result. That is the presence of divinity. So this has to be strongly imprinted. When I say worshipping God, what I am actually doing is I will respect the law of nature. And so I will be constantly aware as to what is my thought, what is my word, what is my deed. Because if that is not okay, the result is not going to be okay. So, and he gives a beautiful equation for that between a result and a cause. There are 5 factors. So if we understand and look into these 5, when we are doing the action, then the result has to be exactly what you expected. The 5 factors are the motive with which we do an action, the efficiency with which we do an action, that is motive and efficiency of a person doing it, and place, time, and object of contact. Where are you doing this? At what time are you doing this? And what is the object of contact? So these 3 we have to study. I say something to my wife or husband. When am I saying that? Am I choosing the right time to say that? I may be saying the right thing, but am I saying it at the right time, at the right place? And am I doing it very efficiently? And what is the motive behind it? So if every action is governed by these 5 factors, that means we are constantly aware of the 5 factors. The motive, the efficiency, the place, time, and object of contact. Then the result will be exactly as what we want. So once I asked Swamiji, how is it that when the great masters think something, it happens, and when we think it doesn't happen? So Swamiji says that the great masters will think of only that which will happen because they have a clear motive and efficiency, and they know the place, time, and object of contact, and then that is what they will expect, which will be in tune with nature. So slowly, this we constantly build into ourselves that my worship of God is not worshipping in a particular form or a particular way. Yes, some satisfaction you may get by doing that, but real worship of God is in every thought, word, and deed. I will consider these 5 factors: motive, efficiency, place, time, and object of contact. Then the result will be exactly what you want when you when you perform that action. So which religion is against this? Every religion says the same thing. But Maharishi has explained it beautifully in simple words. So worship of God, which has been the main problem between religions, that each one has got his own God and got some stories behind that. And we believe only that is the truth and everything else is not true. But Swamiji is amalgamating all the religions, that worship of God is nothing but the law of it is universal. And we all want good results. Our action should be in tune with that. Then we are bhaktas. Then we are worshippers of that one God. Whatever may be the way you dress up, whatever language you speak, all those things don't matter. So this is a very important principle, that living in tune with the law of nature is worship of God. Now, if this is understood, then the next principle will be, what are the actions I do? There are 5 things. Again, you see, the beauty of Swamiji is great philosophy. He is able to quantify and give us very, very practically. So it is not some high-sounding philosophy we are listening to. We are hearing something which is down to earth, which you and me can practice. We don't have to have any qualification or degree in philosophy for this. So our thought, word, and deed can be in our 5 things we do. They are food, work, rest, sexual gratification, and thought force. So in all these 5 factors, we will be having moderation. Moderation means we will not be going in excess, we will not be doing it out of time, etc. Again, motive and efficiency, place, time, and object of contact, and all the 5 factors: food, work, rest, use of thought force, and sexual gratification. If moderation is maintained, a limit and method is used, then definitely we will find that every moment of our life we are progressing. Now, go to the next principle. If this is understood, then we will see that all religions are saying the same, isn't it? So suddenly, that somebody follows a different religion does not matter to you at all. Because we are all doing the same thing, but without knowing that. Because the language is different, the way it was told, the audience was different, and so they have told in different ways. But the main idea is to take us forward and to become one with the divinity. So if you take that perspective, then we understand that all religions are leading to the same truth. And so, one of the basic problems in modern society, or even ancient society, is fight in the name of religions. Now, that can totally vanish if we all understand this. So, at least from our hearts, just because somebody speaks a different language or a different religion, let us not think he's totally different. So this feeling the brotherhood, irrespective of these backgrounds, is what is going to bring peace first within ourselves. And that will be reciprocated everywhere, all around. Next principle is our duty consciousness. Again, duty, Swamiji has given a beautiful definition. What is duty? So many times we say, oh, I got to go and do my duty, man. I have to go to do office, go my duty, etc. So when we use the word duty, we generally say in a very, very negative connotation. But Swamiji gives a beautiful definition of duty. Due to society. We are indebted to society, due to society. So duty is to return my due. Due to divinity also. Because everything we have got is from divinity, free. So we are constantly indebted to divinity. So due to society and due to divinity, when we do that, we are returning that due. That is called duty. So with this concept, whatever we do, we will have a great sense of happiness. Hey, I'm returning. I'm not going to be a debtor always. I'm going to be a giver also. And that duty, again, Swamiji divides it into 5. Duty to self, duty to your family, duty to the relatives and people around you, duty to your village or country, and duty to the whole world. So starting from self, so never neglect yourself. Unless you take care of yourself, you can't do it to others. You can't be of help to others. So taking care of oneself is not a selfish act at all. Here also we have been having a lot of confusion. We think we should do some selfless service. Selfless service means I will not be doing it for selfish reason alone. Whatever I do, it will not be for selfish reason at the cost of others. That is what selfless service means. But you can't do a service to others unless you do service to yourself. And this Swamiji gives top priority. Again, it gives a lot of clarification to us. So to take care of my body, to take care of my mind, to be educated well, to have certain amount of income generation for me, all those things, basic necessities I have to have. Some amount of security for my future. Unless I have all this, I will be a burden to the society. So instead of me helping others, if I get sick, not only that I'm not able to do something to the society, which I'm supposed to do, it's my duty, but on the contrary, I'll be taking the services of others and becoming a burden, a bit more of a burden to the society. So if I don't want to do that, what I should do is first take care of myself. So doing your exercise, doing your meditation, being in a job, earning something for yourself is not at all wrong. It has to be done. Again, the divinity has given all these things free to us. So it is important that as a gratitude to God, gratitude to divinity, I take care of the machine, a wonderful machine given to us. A human birth, a human body has been got after millions of years of evolution. Such a wonderful thing has been gifted to us free. And anything which is free, we don't give importance to that. That's the problem. But once we appreciate how this human body has evolved and what is its true value, start respecting your own self. Start respecting your body, mind, your soul, and do your duty. So that is the first thing we have to do. And then duty to the family, your life partner, your parents, her parents. So am I doing that? Swamiji says, don't sacrifice your family and go to a saintly life. Then again, you're not doing duty to yourself. You're not returning your duty. So what will happen to the mental attitude of those people? How much of pains we'll be giving to our parents and your life partner, your children. So that is of paramount importance. So duty to the family is the second thing. And unless you get the cooperation of your family members, you can't do much. Then duty to your relatives and friends who have been of great help to you throughout your life. And whenever some problem is there, you're getting back to them for solutions. So taking care of them. And then duty to the place where you're living, your village or your city, your country. The country has done so much for you. And so being patriotic, but also to the world. And this is where this Karma Yoga becomes a world religion. That it is the world which is sustaining you. You have to forget that. Now that is what has happened. Even patriotism beyond a limit itself has become a problem, had been a problem. So being an Indian or being a Singaporean or being a Malaysian does not mean you can't become a world member. It is not one against the other. So that is where Swamiji talks about method and limit in each of them. And the order in which it has to, like order is very important. So this Karma Yoga principle 6, now I think we got they got back the screen. So self, family, relatives and friends, society, and so we are indebted to all of them. It is because of the world community for thousands of years, today what we are, our country is. And this coronavirus has shown us that if in some part of the world something is not wrong or something is not right, the whole world can be affected. What Swamiji has been saying time and again, we seem to have forgotten, but it's a small virus which is not. So, duty to the 5 in that order. Let it again become a part of our personality. Then, the next principle. Do not have conflict with any individual. We constantly seem to give comments about others, negative comments about everyone we meet, because they're not exactly the way you want them to be. So we seem to find fault with many people around. But this is Swamiji. One of the songs is Kutravali Pavi Endru Yarum Illai Ulagile. That is, there is no criminal, there is no papi in the entire world. That's what Swamiji sings. So if he is not able to find criminal in anyone, how are we? How can we do that? But all there is a criminal. And Swamiji explains that today's society, what we do is, if somebody is a criminal according to our legal system, we put him behind bars, give punishment. But that alone is not enough. Government giving punishment alone is not enough. The government or the society has to see why this person has become a criminal. When you go to the background of that, you will find that it's a society which has been responsible for this criminal activity. Maybe he has not been given proper education. Maybe he has not been given proper food. Maybe he has been ill-treated by the society because he belongs to a particular religion, caste, or whatever. So somehow the society has been responsible for the criminality of an individual. So something has been wrong, and society has made some mistakes. So unless you're able to correct that, just giving punishment alone is not enough. So Swamiji is against capital punishment. You can't kill somebody because when you can't give life to somebody, how can you kill somebody? See the depth to which Swamiji is looking at problems. So if somebody has done something wrong to us also, we have a weapon of blessing. A blessing will do that, isn't it? Bless your enemies or bless if any, so that they may also change and lead a good life. So when we start doing that, the anger, the vengeance, the poison in us will first vanish. So you become a better person. And because of the wave system, your positive vibration will go and influence that person also. You will see a change sooner or later. Whatever Swamiji says is pure science. And today science is coming towards that. The wave theory. Then principle number 8, respect for womanhood. All great masters have been talking about this, but in practice we have seen that somehow the women have been considered as second-class citizens. They have not been given equal rights. They have not been given property rights, etc. Even in many religions, they are not considered equals also. In most of the religions, in practice, this come about. And Swamiji says this has to change. That statement which Swamiji makes is a very, very pregnant statement. That we say that 50% of the population is men and 50% population is women. But Swamiji says 50% of the population is women and the other 50% is a gift given by women. So we say God creates us, but it's the womanhood which creates. So what a special status the women should have in our society. So if that is not there, if they are deprived, if they are not taken care of during their pregnancy periods, what type of children we are going to produce? And when half the population is not properly treated, half our personality will be having that negative inferiority complex. So we cannot become full human beings. So giving due importance to women or even giving a special status to women is the change of culture which is required in our society. And that's why Swamiji conducts this Wife Appreciation Day. But at least on that day, we respect womanhood. But this should become a part of our psyche, a part of our personality. And it should reflect in our social life, in the legal system itself. Because many of our Vedadrians are very familiar with Swamiji's concept about the respect he gives for womanhood. Even the desires, we talk about 3 desires which should be avoided. That is, desire for gold, desire for women, desire for land. So he says, if the desire for woman is not, if woman is not there, where are you? How can you even talk about it? You see. So Swamiji looks at everything from a totally impartial way, and that will change our way of looking at life. Yes. So that is what each of the principles of Swamiji, especially in Karma Yoga. Now, the 9th principle, donate at least 1% of your income. For society to be harmonious, Swamiji talks about morality, duty, and charity. Morality is not causing pain to self or others, to the present or in the future, to the body or mind. We already saw it as one of the principles earlier. And then duty, again, we saw it in very great depth. that we are constantly indebted and turning to it. And then charity. Charity is, duty is you have to do. Morality is you should not cause harm to others because you don't want others to cause harm to you, so you should not do it reciprocally. But what is charity? There is a sizable amount of population which are not able to produce things for themselves. There are needs for everyone. Right from the child is born till our death, needs are there. But up to the age of 15 or so, as children, they don't earn anything, but the needs are to be fulfilled. Similarly, after a particular age, as senior citizens, they will have more needs, but they will not be producing things to the society, or they don't have income. So how do they survive? So it is only those who are in the productive age group. We have to take care of them. So charity is helping those, and there are people who are mentally disabled, physically disabled, have got so many other problems, not properly educated, they have no one to look after. So there is a sizable amount of population, and many of them are silent sufferers. We even don't know the next flat, they may be somebody old, undergoing a lot of pain that is not even heard by us. The silent sufferers all through the world. And if only if our eyes are open, we can see that, and we can do something about it. So somebody talks about donate at least 1% of your income for a social cause. And those of us who are better well off, they can do much more also. And charity does not mean only by money alone. Charity can be in so many different ways. Even listening to an old man, just like you're listening to me now, is a charity. Because that man maybe doesn't have anyone to even talk to. So just go and listen to that person is a great satisfaction. You will know that somebody is there, or somebody is blind, you're just helping them to cross the road. So when we say charity, it's not necessarily in terms of money. If your attitude is there, charity can be done in so many different ways. There are people wanting that badly. And many of them will have the self-respect not to ask. It is for us to find out and give. Vivekananda says that charity is twice blessed. Those who receive it, yes, because their pain is getting removed. But those who give, that means this expansion of mind takes place. After all, ultimately, our goal of life is to become one with the total consciousness, that magnanimous, that magnificent consciousness. For that, we have to break all these mental barriers. And when we start giving, the satisfaction you give by sharing what you have, that expands your mind. Magnanimity, that one of the 5 T's somebody talks about. Magnanimity, creativity, adaptability, receptivity, and perspicacity. Magnanimity happens when you start doing charitable work. We can do it as an individual, we can do it to an organization, anywhere, whatever way you feel like. And when these are done in a very systematic manner, we can see that it is a day will come when nobody will be suffering. Even animals, plants, even they have to be taken care of. Again, animals silently suffering. We have decimated much of the society, much of the species. Maybe if our eyes are open, we can see the pain in their eyes, and can we do something about it? The charity expands, and you become a greater part of divinity. Greater part of divinity starts functioning in you. And lastly, last but not the least, to achieve the purpose of life, practice meditation on life force, etc. So for Karma Yoga, one of the important components is the Sky Yoga, which Swamiji has developed. Sky Yoga consists of, as you know, the physical exercise, the Kaya Kalpa, simplified Kundalini Yoga, the meditation, introspection practices. So when this becomes a part of our personality, every day we make it as a part of it. That doing exercise, doing meditation, doing Karyakalpa Yoga, doing some sort of introspection, if it becomes a part of our life, then what is happening is we are taking care of ourselves, we are living in tune with nature. So slowly, all the imprints which you have got, negative imprints over millions of years from animalistic life and through various generations, whatever we have got, we'll be able to remove it in this one birth. And for that beautiful system of meditation Swamiji has given, so many meditations he has given. So practicing it, practicing silence once in a while, whenever possible. By this, our negativities can be removed and we can strengthen the positivities in us. We will come to know what is our strength. Each one of us is unique. No two persons are alike. In each one of us, there is something special. And when you are going in silence, when you are going in meditation, you will be able to identify that one, that speciality in you, and you can develop that. And by that, your efficiency will increase, and you will be a greater contributor to society and to yourself. And in the process, you start removing your negativities, strengthening your positivities, and when that is done, you become one with that Almighty. So to know who you are, Sky system is given a beautiful process. It is not necessary that you do only Sky. So for Karma Yoga, you can do some practice. Swamiji even is not even bothered about that. What type of system you are following, whatever is suiting you. Because all of those things, but have an open mind, and whenever you receive something, question it. Is it taking you forward, or is it being told to you with an ulterior motive? So with that openness of mind, practice any system it is suitable to you. Because we belong to different ages, we belong to different, our mental makeups are different. So one system may be what is suitable to you, some other system may be suitable to somebody else. So Swamiji is not even talking about Sky system only. Do something to take care of your body, your spirit, your mind, and take steps which will take you closer to divinity. Because it is this one birth we have got. And if we can channelize it properly, we can reach that goal. But even after reaching that goal, should we keep quiet? After all, somebody had reached that goal long time back. But again, that duty consciousness is there. After all, it is this society which has made me to become one with that great source. So how can it not do something to the society? And so Swamiji comes back to the society and spends next 60 years teaching us, toiling, going everywhere, whether being insulted or not. He went on doing it till the very last moment. And that is why today, lakhs and lakhs of people have got this benefit, have got this clarity of life as vision. But of course, we need to put it into practice. And that is where, apart from our daily practice, practicing of silence, because what Swamiji says will become more meaningful. We'll be able to appreciate it better. And we'll have the strength of character to put it in practice in our life. So on this beautiful day, when all of you have gone into the meditative stage of being in silence, Swamiji's wonderful topic of Karma Yoga. You got it because you deserve it. That's what Swamiji says. Specific gravity principle. So it is Swamiji's Karma Yoga in my own in a very, very limited way. Let us go to the depth of what Swamiji is saying. Observe that. So let us take a oath that we will all be Karma Yogis. Not in just the name, but in every possible way. A Karma Yogi. That means the constant awareness that every thought, word, and deed is beneficial to self or others in the body or mind, the present or future. Constantly remembering how indebted I am, and wherever possible, charitable. Understanding the meaning of life and sharing this knowledge to the entire world so that the whole world becomes happy, healthy, and prosperous. So, for the last 45 minutes or 1 hour, we try to understand the great concept of Karma Yoga. Now is the time for us to do some introspection. So what we will do is, of course, we have been doing introspection practices during our silence periods and even otherwise of analysis of thought, moralization of desire, neutralization of anger, eradication of worries. Who am I? We have been doing that. Now we'll be doing it in a slightly different way. So what we are going to do is, now we have put up a pro forma on the screen. So these 10 principles, we have numbered them, we have given them 1 to 10. The first one, respect for the great five. Second, reverence for the supreme power. So what we have done is, column number 1 is a serial number, column number 2, the 10 principles 1 by 1, and column number 3 is marks. So what we will do is, for each of them, we will give 10 marks. 10 marks is the highest number for each one of them, so that the total will be 100. So in this introspection, what we are going to do is take the first one, that respect for mother, father, guru, government, and divinity. In real life, how much am I giving? Maybe you can give 2 marks to each of them, all the 5. Just a suggestion that how am I scoring in that? It doesn't matter. Today we are going to look at ourselves objectively. Introspection or silence is to look at ourselves objectively. There's nobody else in us. Nobody else is going to see this. This is a way, so somebody says that, வேண்டாததற்கு வடிகட்டுவதும் வேண்டுவதற்கு படிக்கட்டுவதும். That is, all the negativities we want to filter out, positivities we want to build steps towards that, to go higher. So here, there's nobody else. We are going to look into ourselves. So out of the 10 marks, how much can I give for myself? Not just showing respect mentally, in real life. Are we doing that? To the mother, the father, to the guru, to the government, are we true to it? And to the divinity. Put some marks. Take your time. The second is reverence for supreme power. Do I have ego constantly? That means, do I keep forgetting the divinity in my day-to-day life? So how much marks can I really give for that? Next one is awareness of cause and effect, not inflicting. Because if you are constantly having that awareness of cause and effect, the divine law, can we give pain to anybody at all, even to self? Because everything is the divinity which has become all of this. So how can I give pain? But if I'm doing that, that means I'm not understanding the law of nature or not living in tune with that. So give some marks for that. Moderation in food, work, rest. Again, maybe we can give 2 marks to each. Everything seems to be. Then I think the answering is not that difficult. You can put your marks: food, work, rest, gratification of this thing, and then let's see how much you're scoring. Then reverence for all religions and their followers, or people who speak different language, different race. Do we get hatred when you think of somebody who does not belong to your particular group? That means something is wrong with us. It is not our mistake alone. It has been it has become a societal. It has been ingrained in us. We have to come out of that. That all of us happen to follow a certain religion because of historical reasons. That is all. Yes, marks. In each of them, you will give 10 marks. For serial number 1, you will give 10 marks. Serial number 2 out of 10, so that the total will be 100. So very simple calculation. So out of 10, how much will you give for each one of them? Okay, good. That was a good question. Similarly, duty to self, family, relative, society, and again 5 points. There are 5 items are there. How much marks can you honestly give? Then not creating conflict. Serial number 8, 7. Not creating conflict with anyone. I just remembered Swamiji was asked, Swamiji, if somebody is cheating you, somebody is getting angry with you, could be even your life and anyone, how can you keep quiet on that? So Swamiji says that sound will come only when both hands meet, is it not? If you don't show your hand, how can there be sound? So you have to raise yourself to such a level that nobody can bring you down. Nobody can make you angry. Swamiji says he has not got angry for 40 years. Fortunately, we have been very, very lucky to have been associated with Swamiji's life. And I have never seen Swamiji getting angry. Even when great blunders are done, Swamiji is able to understand. He is able to observe. Tolerance, adjustment, and sacrifice. And that is why Swamiji is respected. Somebody is doing some harm to you and you get back, then it is 1-to-1. But can you absorb it? And then also give blessings and change the person. That is why Swamiji stands apart. That's why Christ stands apart. That is why Buddha stands apart. They didn't do tit for tat. But we seem to be constantly doing that. When you say we, I, some of us. So can we come out of that? Because nobody should be able to bring you down. It is your path. So don't allow anybody to bring you down. You will set up your own standards. It will not depend on others. Mahatma Gandhi set up his own standards. Nobody could pull him down. That is why he was a Mahatma. So we from Alpatma, let us all become Mahatmas by not finding fault with others, having vengeance, etc. Very difficult. But then we have to do that. Respect for womanhood. Are we doing that in our families, with others? Where she says that if we have respect for womanhood, do you think that such types of movies will be there? So much vulgarity. If there is rape, it's because of the type of pictures we are showing, isn't it? So that respect for womanhood, if that is shown, the very same art can become a beautiful system. Our internet can become beautiful to develop, to raise our levels. Wonderful technology is there, but because the respect for womanhood is not there, everything is going in a totally negative way. So this respect for womanhood has to go to everyone. And then we can see a totally a cultural change. And all these modern technologies can be very, very positive. These great masters are living today. They can share this knowledge so beautifully, so easily. Those times were not, it was not there, unfortunately. But today, when the technology is there, but our culture has gone down to so low levels that we're misusing it. Then, charity, item number 9, charity. Are we able to do charitable work, or are we so much attached to things that we don't want to share anything at all? After all, we're not going to take anything away when we're going living. One day, that day is not far off. But during our lifetime, are we charitable? Are we able to remove pains in others? And then, are we doing regular practices of meditation, of exercise, Kaya or whatever system you're following from whichever master? Are we doing it on a day-to-day basis? Somebody asked Swamiji, should we do exercise every day? No, Swamiji's sense of humor is phenomenal. So he said, no, whenever you're going to eat, on those days you do exercise. So we don't ask, should we eat every day? But we ask, should we do exercise every day? Should we meditate every day? So again, let us be honest and try to put some marks. So, and then giving 10 marks maximum for each one of them, 10 into 10, 100. So we can look at our life and see how much of a Karma Yogi are we? Are we scoring 35%? Are we passing the exams? Are we passing third class, second class, first class, A grade? Or have we a long way to go? It doesn't matter at all. First, to know where we are itself is a big thing because of wrong ego, we think so high of ourselves. Today, Swamiji is giving us a method to identify where we stand. But there are ways by which we can develop. That is also given. It doesn't matter what scores you are having today, but we can all score very, very high marks because Maharishi has given method to come out of each of our negativities, each of our defects. So next 45 minutes or so, let us do this introspection, do the scoring, and then see in which area we need to develop. So you may choose even one or two today and introspect on that and see what exactly has gone wrong. How do I go about rectifying that? Start doing that. In fact, being a Karma Yogi is a lifetime job. So today is just a practice for a few minutes. But when so many of us doing it together, that synergistic effect will be there. And with Guru's grace, let us do an honest analysis of ourselves. So whether karma or akarma, whether yogi or ayogi, we will know all that today. Take stock of ourselves and start doing something. And may the divinity and Guru imprint on us so strongly that let our journey be forward and forward. And stop not till the goal is reached. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. With these great words of Vivekananda, let us proceed with the introspection. Be blessed. Again, the internet has gone, so maybe that screen is not available to you. I can just quickly go through. Number one, respect for the five. That is mother, father, guru, government, and divinity. That is serial number 1. Serial number 2 for the screen has come. This is serial number 2, reverence for the supreme power, nature, so that ego will not operate. If we have ego, that means the reverence for the supreme power is to that extent less. So that is number 2. Number 3, not inflicting pain to others. Moral life, morality. So that is awareness of cause and effect. If we are aware of the cause and effect system, we cannot inflict pain to self or others, to the body or mind, in the present and the future. So serial number 3 is morality, not giving pain. How much marks you want to write, you want to put for yourself. Serial number 4, moderation in 5. Moderation in food, work, sleep or rest, sexual gratification, and thought force. That is serial number 4. Moderation in 5 activities. Am I doing in excess? I mean, not doing it properly. Then serial number 6, duty to the 5. Duty to self, family, close circle, the country, and to the world. Serial number 7, not creating conflict with anyone, not finding fault with anyone. For the sake of duty, you may have to give some punishment, that is different, but not having any vengeance. That is serial number 7. Serial number 8, respect for womanhood. Serial number 9, charity, donation. Serial number 10, daily practice of meditation, kayakalpa, etc. Spiritual practice, physical exercise. So like this, 10 topics are there, 10 facets of life. We give a maximum of 10 marks in each, and the total marks will be for 100. And then find out which is it which is in which we could not score much, and take that as a subject for today. 1 or 2 subjects, and spend time. Be blessed by the divine. வாழ்க வளமுடன். So for another 45 minutes, we'll be doing it. So with this 1 hour session, we'll be having lunch. So just before that, that is by about 9:50 or so Indian Standard Time. So that is about 10:50 means 10:50, 11:50, 12:20. Yeah, by about 12:20, I'll get back. Till then, in silence, you can do it and have a few words, and then we'll break for lunch. The screen is available. and see the screen and then do the introspection. If you have a piece of paper, you can even note down in case the current goes away, internet goes away. be blessed by the divine. May the whole world enjoy prosperity, happiness, and peace. May we all be blessed with good health, long life, prosperity, wisdom, and peace. Dear friends, I hope you could spend some time looking at the various facets of Karma Yoga and how much of it we are able to put it in practice in our life. Because we are going through difficult life, things are not always as we want it to be. So it's very difficult to lead the perfect Karma Yogi's life. But still, take stock of that. We will know where exactly should we first focus on. What is our inherent strength? What is our weakness? So work on the weaknesses, strengthen the strengths so that we become better personalities. So these 45 minutes or so is just an introduction to ourselves. And let it be a beginning. Let us have this core sheet once in a while, keep doing that. And in this Karma Yoga, Swamiji has touched on almost all aspects of life. And so we could have a very, very rounded personality by using this scorecard and doing this exercise once in a while to see how we are developing simultaneously in so many different aspects. Success in one will help you to have the confidence to have success in others also. We don't have to resign ourselves, or nothing can be done about it. No, we can do it. Not because of ego, it's because that we have a method. We have been trained by the master. He has given beautiful methods also. So you can, some people have been saying that some scores are very great. My score is 60, a lot of scope for improvement. He himself is saying, my score is 60, a lot of scope for improvement. At least that is all appreciate. You've got a score 60% mark. And another person has said the score is 84.5. Doesn't matter. We are not having a good. So happy that you are some of you are scoring very well. And if you feel like yes, you can score you can put your marks here on the screen if you feel like. But anyway, what is required is we are not comparing with anyone because as Swamiji says, each one of us is unique. And we have our own journey to perform. And so whatever be the score, let us take a oath that I'll keep improving upon it. And also, if we are not careful, we will even come down. So a constant awareness that I maintain and also improve upon it. So if that is done, then I think we are on the right path. Somebody said I scored 80%. Great. You can also send it to us separately also. Personally. But as I said, what is important is knowing ourselves, where are we? That is the first thing we have to know. Then only we can say where exactly, which are the areas I have to work on. So this Karma Yoga topic, by which Maharishi has given us a roadmap the perfection of consciousness, the ultimate goal of human life. And he started it in 1986. So in fact, he calls it the World Peace Year. Peace starts with the Karma Yoga. So 34 years have elapsed. So let us contribute to this. So let more and more Karma Yogis populate this world. So definitely, this earth itself can be a paradise. So with these, ideas, let it be ruminating in your mind. We'll have a break for lunch now. Then a particular announcement to be made by the Singapore persons. Or if they feel that they can do it. Whatever the lunchtime will be from India, Indian Standard Time 10 to 11. Singapore 12:30 to 1:30. Thailand 11:30 to 12:30. So if there are no further comments, we'll break for lunch now. Meet again after 1 hour.
வாழ்க வளமுடன். So we'll join back after lunch. வாழ்க வளம். Rajshekhar, you can play some slides or songs. வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
So